are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent the message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face, and after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday Night Monday. Oh, Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of
15.5 points live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency, the pit suppliers, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between. Let's do this thing. The Friday Night Freak Show has begun, and we've got a lot of stuff to break down on the SportsGrid Radio and Television Network, Sirius XM, Channel 159. Lou Gamblu will step up, and then we'll break it down. UFC 317. We've got a stacked card and a great card to break down with Lou. Gamblu.com. In the house, Rob Vino joins us. We talk Major League Baseball, CFL football, and more. Tony Finn, straight from the Strip in Las Vegas, Nevada, Area 51. Tony Finn in the house this evening. The Ranger Redhead, Cam Stewart, in the house tonight. So like I said, we got a full house this evening, and we've got a CFL football game that's winding down right now. Major League Baseball, nothing starting. Everything's already started, but we got a bunch of games going on. We'll start off in the CFL as the seemingly invincible Montreal Alouettes are very vincible tonight. They're losing by 15 points with 7 minutes left in this football game as McLeod Bethel Thompson is terrible. And this is a legit, like, one of the worst QB performances in recent memory. I thought it was bad last week when I saw Jeremiah Masoli suck at BC Place, but he actually, like, looks good next to, but it's the CFL. Like, we'll break down the numbers after. There's still time left in this game. We'll see what happens. They're moving the ball right now, but I'm sure they'll find a way to screw it up. They're moving the ball, but it's next to impossible to get, like, not score a touchdown in a CFL game. Or, like, shutouts are extremely rare because you get single points and stuff. So, like, Montreal have 10 points, but they got 3 field goals and a single. They haven't scored a touchdown, right? And McLeod Bethel Thompson makes a lot of money. He's a highly paid backup. He's a big starter. Oh, I should be the starter in Edmonton. I was in the USFL, and I've been in the NFL and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, okay, bro. Well, you better start playing better because it's been a disaster. All right, here they're going to the end zone. Like, doesn't, he throws it along the sideline where the wide receiver doesn't have a chance to catch it. Like, every pass is off. Like, every pass, like, literally every pass this dude has basically thrown tonight has been too high, too low, too close to the sideline, too close to the other team. Like, it's really, really rough. And they've been settling for field goals all night, saying, all right, whatever. But they can, the dam finally broke. Hamilton finally scored another touchdown, and, now they're down by 15. They can't settle for a field goal here. We got a second down, 6 minutes left. They're on like the 21-yard line right now. Total of this game closed at 48.5, so we're at 35. All right, here's McLeod Thompson. Like I said, I said, they'll screw it up somehow. He scrambles. Nice little scramble, gets away from pressure. The wide receiver, wide open, so the intentions were good. Nice play, boom, sails it over the head of the wide receiver. I tweeted this earlier tonight, like every pass. Look at this. So the wide receiver's wide open. Look, boom, right over his head. Like too high, like on the run, too high for the wide receiver to get. Like every play. So they just got this big play. They're all the way down to the 22-yard line. Now they're at a 3rd and 10. And like I said, they'll screw this up. They can't kick a field goal. They're down by 15. They got to go for it. And I don't have a lot of confidence that he's going to be able to complete this pass. All right, so he throws it. All right, I'll give him credit. He threw a bullet right between the numbers, first down on the 5-yard line. All right, good stuff. Now hurry up, though, because the clock is ticking. 5:13 right now. So we'll keep our eye on this football game. Major League Baseball. Like I said, everything has already started tonight, but we do have a bunch of games going on in-game right now. The Los Angeles Dodgers, a battle of blue between the Dodgers, the Crip Special. Dodgers and Royals tonight. 5-4 Dodgers right now. Bottom of the 6th inning. The Dodgers are currently minus 300. KC plus 225. Cubs and Astros, best series of the weekend. This is like, every weekend, we break down the series and stuff. You look at them. There's not like a lot of, great series this weekend. And here he is. So they have it like first down in the 5. He scrambles around and dude, nothing is effing easy with this dude, is it? Wow. But the Astros and Cubs, this is the best series of the weekend. Astros getting the better of the Cubs right now. 7-3, top of 7. Cubs plus 3.5, plus 115, plus 1,600 on the money line. Nick Martinez nearly threw a no-hitter tonight, won 8 innings. They threw him back out there in the 9th, and he walked some when he gave up the hit, and that was that. But great performance. Reds roll San Diego, and nice to see Francona leave him in the baseball game. It happened the other day, right, with the Yankees. I hate that stuff when they take a guy out. Touchdown Alouettes. I hate that stuff. Oh, well, we're monitoring his pitch count. Whatever, dude. I used to be the host of the Montreal Expos postgame show, and Livion Hernandez. Remember Livion Hernandez, World Series champion with the Marlins, Cuban dude. He defected over, one of those, at the time. And he was a big dude, though. He was pretty chunky. You know what I mean? He wasn't, ripped muscle. He was just sort of thick, big, chunky dude. But I remember once, dude, they took him out of the game, and he was at 156 pitches or something. And he was legit mad. He was like, I could have went 200. That's garbage. Nowadays, oh, you know what? You're at 90 there. We better get him out of the game. He's at 90. It's dude, the guy, you know what? Pitching a no-hitter is a big deal. Imagine Nolan Ryan, all the no-hitters. That record will never be broken. No one's ever getting close to Nolan Ryan's no-hitter records. Because nobody stays in the damn game. Imagine telling Nolan Ryan, yeah, listen, Nolan, we're going to take you out of the game. You can see stats as far as Nolan Ryan where he threw a no-hitter, and what did he do in the next game? He went 9 innings again in the next game. Right? They baby these pitchers. That's why these pitchers get hurt more. I'm not going to pretend that I'm a sports scientist and doctor and stuff, but I've been around the game, and I'm talking to enough people about this, and Bill Lee, one of the smartest baseball people out there, not Bill James, but the spaceman Bill Lee, former pitcher, he talked about it as well. Bill Lee said, I worked my arm as hard as I could. Every day, throwing. Now these dudes, they pitch 5 innings, they come out of the game, they sit there with their arm in ice, right? Oh, God, I just threw 72 pitches. Oh, my arm. They put their arm in ice, and then they don't do anything for a couple of days, soft tossing or whatever. You know what I mean? Roger Clemens, one of the greatest of all time, the next day after he'd start, he'd go back to the bullpen after, start throwing hard again, all over again. Roy Halladay, Doc Halladay, same thing. Used to just throw hard all the time. I don't recall those guys getting hurt all the time, but I seem to recall, now, all these candy asses pitching 5 innings and getting hurt all the time. And I don't blame them. It's the analytics of it, right? But okay, fine. But your analytics of it is getting people hurt, right? Like, think about it. You can't, like, go from 0 to 60, like, so quickly all the time, right? Like, Mark Gubicza, another guy. Mark Gubicza, like, 27 complete games in a year once or something stupid like that? I remember I had Gubicza on. He does the Angels games. He told me, like, he goes, Gabe, I had this many complete games. I pitched, like, 188 pitches or whatever. Like, I'm going to look it up after, just for the sake of it. But that's why these pitchers get hurt as much as they do now, right? Because they're babied, they're pampered so much. So we got a 15-8 baseball game right now in Baltimore. We got a football score, nearly as many runs and points in this baseball game as there is the football game, although we are now at 25-17 with 3:55 left. One thing about the CFL games can kind of, like, this has not been a good one. So, if you're Luke Wilson, if you're out there and you want to bitch, go ahead and bitch. I won't bitch at you. But they always end crazily enough, don't they?
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The Friday Night Freak Show. This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. The pits, the players, the hustlers, the people to bust them, and everybody else in between. It's been a very busy day today in the world of sports. As far as the games are concerned, like I said, tonight there's some WNBA action going on. We've got a CFL game. We're down to the final 3 minutes right now. We're at a commercial break. It's interesting, too. Montreal just scored that touchdown, so they're down by 8. It's 25-17. 3 minutes is an eternity in the CFL. And the ball is at midfield right now. It was 2nd and 2, and Hamilton rushed the football, but they got stuffed. And I saw them pop up 3rd and 1 before we went to the break at the 3-minute warning, but that's not 3rd and 1. This should be like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. Like Buddy got lit up and pushed back. So they're seemingly getting a pretty favorable spot. And it appeared as though they were going to go for it, although maybe they're just going to try to get Montreal to jump because I want to see the spot here again. It's a long one. This isn't a standard like, oh, yeah, we'll just, run a QB sneak. It's it's a big play. And I'll tell you what, if there's a team, people, that can find a way to, like, lose in the most spectacular fashion, I'll put it this way. Hamilton and Buffalo are very close to each other, like, geographically. They're very, like, it's the same, like, it's this, like, and in fact, most Ticats are actually Bills fans. So there's a correlation that, like I said, like Hamilton, they're known for losing. Like, oh, my God, I can't believe we just lost this game. And they're going for it. They got it. There's a penalty. I don't know if Montreal's offside. Montreal's coach seemingly thinks that it's Hamilton that was offside. Thing with the CFL, everybody's offside every play, so it's hard to tell. Like it's true, Cam. Like, it's funny. The CFL denied it. Like they said, no. The wide receivers aren't offside. It's the angle. They look offside on TV.
No, they're offside.
And it's like, no, they don't know. They're offside, bro. Like they're offside.
Come on.
Right. Like everyone's in
Hamilton.
the CFL. Every wide receiver is allowed to be in motion in the CFL. So it's pretty crazy. So you'll see there'll be 5 wide receivers all taking off at once. And dude, it's not in sync. It ain't synchronized swimming, Cam. As you see, sometimes it's like, yo, bro, the guy's 3 yards down the field already. Like, it's like getting a head start in a 100-meter dash sometimes. And the wide receivers will push the envelope knowing that, yeah, you know what? They don't really call it unless they really, really want to, and it's egregious,
If it's pass interference on every
just
play,
grab and hold on every play.
Doing it, and they might call it once in a while, but you're going to get away with 1 million of them, and that's what happens in the Canadian Football League.
He told them. Smart. He said, trust me. He goes, the refs can't call 13 penalties. He goes, they'll call it a few times and just keep doing it. And it is like other teams have caught on to it. All right, so Montreal gets the ball back. Yeah, you can't make this up. They got the ball on the 1-yard line.
Oh, the guy's running backwards. That's all, dude.
Yeah,
that's
Buddy caught the ball and ran back. Well, that's the thing. You can't fair catch it. We're getting doomed by our own rules here, Cam. You can't fair catch it, so he was screwed. You know what I mean? Like, you can't fair catch it, people in the CFL, if you don't know that rule. So the punch there, there's literally a bunch of Ticats right there. He had no choice. He's like, oh, crap. So he tried to do a little spin move and go backwards. He ended up losing 8 yards. Oh, boy. All right, so, all right, Cam, we got to go, I was going to say 99 yards, but we got to go 109 yards.
109, baby, 109.
100, and think about it. We got to go 109-yard drive here, guys, to tie this game and get to 2.
Thank God I took that in-game over, Gabe. This game started.
Oh, my God.
What happened?
You got to be effing kidding me.
Oh, my God.
You can't make this up. No, you can't make this up.
That's so bad. You're right. People are going to rip the league after this game, but it is entertaining.
No.
Dude, that is awful. That's Pop Warner. That is kids football. What is going
for people
on
on the radio, I just told you, they didn't have it on the 1. They gave him a nice spot. It was on the 3. McLeod Bethel Thompson missed the snap, and Hamilton just recovered it for a touchdown in the end zone.
This Hauser guy's on fire, man. This kid from Windsor.
Let me see the snap here. What happened? That's 1,000,000% on McLeod. That's 1,000,000 on the quarterback.
Oh,
the snap is fine. Look at the snap.
Fingers.
The snap is fine.
It's right in his hands. The guy's just, Gabe, take a look at his eyes. He looked downfield before he got the ball. That's a rookie mistake.
You're on the 1-yard line, bro. Figure it out, McLeod. All right, don't miss the extra point. The total's 48.5 here, Cam. Give us the total. I'll take it.
It's Legio.
Let's go.
Legio. Come on, Legio.
Okay. I'll take it, Cam. You know what I mean? I was looking at an 0-3 in the face here. I'll take it.
What's the name of your Legio?
Yeah, Legio. CFL kickers, their names.
Who's the other guy? Is Montreal's. It's that clear beer that went out of business. Zima. Remember that clear beer? It lasted a couple months. They got some really weird names in the Canadian Football League. Like Legio, though.
Dude, like McLeod Bethel Thompson, this guy talks smack in Edmonton, too. Oh, yeah, I made Trey Ford a starter. He sucks. I'm way better. It's like, no, you're not. Like, you're not, bro. You're terrible. And I swear to God, I remember he was bad with the Argos, and he made like $600K and stuff. And the Argos had enough, Cam. Remember, like years ago. And he said, oh, I want to be with my family. And he went to the USFL. He left the CFL to be with his family, he said. Oh, yeah, you willingly gave up $650K a year to make 55 in the UFL, eh, bro?
I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay, to be with your family. Okay. And then he sucked in the UFL. And then he got brought back to the CFL as a backup. And I think he's making pretty good money for a backup. I think he's making like 3-4 type thing, 250, 350 in range. I thought Masoli was bad last week, Cam. Masoli at least scored 2 touchdowns and like.
I'll tell you about
did
you
something.
know this guy.
This
what I
guy's
noticed
terrible.
about him? It's not just that. He doesn't, like, when pressure comes, he panics. He's been in the league a long time. He can't run.
Exactly.
He can't run. The only thing Thompson can do, Bethel Thompson is good at one
if
thing.
you give him 20 seconds
Give him
in the
18
pocket,
seconds and he'll put up a bomb to an open receiver. Other than that, fail. Like
I said that earlier. I said, if you guys, dude, there was a screenplay. Like, he panicked. Like, the guy's got the happiest feet in the world, bro. He just dumps the ball off all the
aging
time.
poorly. He's not like wine. This guy's getting worse and worse and worse. It's almost retirement time. He looks bad.
I would have benched him already in this game for Caleb Evans. I would have left Evans in.
I agree with you.
As we know, it's just we enter every year and it's, is this the Ravens' time? Is this Lamar Jackson's turn? Can they get past the Chiefs and all of these other, stalwarts of the AFC? But it's always really about Kansas City when we're talking Baltimore.
This potentially, Adam, as I send it back to you, potentially is a game changer in that you get a very talented quarter at a discount price.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Oklahoma City now becomes one of 4 NBA teams ever, one of 3 NBA champs ever to win at least 84 total regular season and postseason games.
It's just the beginning, Ben, and you just look at a team with, these guys at such a young age, and, Chet's got a team option, Ismail Dieng has a team option, Jalen Williams team option, Keyshawn Wallace team option. Hey, Ben, they're all coming back.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
We are seeing unbelievable temperature surges over the past couple of days. So I wanted to ask you this question to let the people know, how do we account for that in our handicapping? 2 good pitchers on the mound, but you look at a place like Wrigley Field, let's just say, 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, 90-plus degree temperatures. Is it almost like you say to yourself, you just have to fade the environment and not worry about the pitchers, because if we're hitting fly balls, they're going yard?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
It was the first time, I think, in Dodgers history that the ballpark was full in the first inning. Everybody was there to see Shohei Ohtani throw his first pitch as a Dodger, and I had mixed emotions about this for a few reasons. Number one, it was a reminder of, wow, this is so crazy, right? You're watching him hit 98, 99, even 100 on the radar gun going, this guy's not human. Nobody should be able to be this good of a hitter and this good of a pitcher.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
This is Sports Rage. I am Gabriel Morency, the Friday night freak show, Sports Rage, on SportsGrid and SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM Channel 159. So, I don't know, we're down to the final play here. The Alouettes, another brilliant pass, 10 yards over the receiver's head, but I thought McLeod Bethel Thompson was, bitching because the coach got mad, but they're claiming there was pass interference, but does it really matter now? You guys are you're getting killed, and there's 2 minutes left. You had your chance to tie the game 2 minutes ago, and you fumbled the snap, jackass. Good job. So if there's only one positive out of this game tonight, we did hit the over. That was good. But I did get a laugh out of this, and Cam will like this one. Let's go to the best of X here if we can. Let's roll it. When the Hamilton Tiger Cats scored a touchdown earlier in the game, I could not help but fall off my couch when I saw this man in the stands. Babano.
Look at him all greased up. He looks, look at Babano. He's got that happy drunk face.
Look, though, Cam, look. Everybody's really happy. Like, the shot was right after they scored a touchdown. Everybody's really happy. Look at Babano, fake smile amongst Cat world.
Yeah,
he bet on Montreal.
He gave us.
He bet on Montreal. Look at his face.
Night, right?
Yeah, he's like, look at him. Everybody else is high fiving, and look at Babano. He's got a little grin, like, oh, that's just great.
Oh, you're so right. Oh, that's the best game. Yeah, got the Alouettes minus 2.5. Oh, that's
why if you go to the game, just bet on the home team. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're a fan of the team. But I don't know though.
Well, Lou
I think our man Lou though goes to D-back games and bets against them all the time, just out of principle. Lou in the house. What's up, Lou? As a rule.
I know that look on Babano's face like it's my own, baby. I've had it many a time. Oh, great.
Yeah, we're Grand Slam D-backs, guys beside you. Yeah, this is great.
And then,
nice one.
And then when the road team does something, you're like,
yeah, you're just quietly. Dude, you'll love this, Lou. Cam, I used to, when I was the host of the Expos post-game show, I was like Pete Rose. I was betting on the games and stuff, and I didn't always take the Expos. And there was a game once, the Expos came back from like a 9-2 deficit in like the 9th inning. And on the post-game show, I got like 3,000 calls. The phone was blowing up. Morency, that was the greatest game in the last 10 years of the Expos. Awesome stuff. Hey, what do you think? I'm like, what I think? The Cubs suck. That's what I think. I think the Cubs bullpen blows. Like, I start ripping the Cubs. And, like, the whole stadium's like, you know, they're in the pennant chase. Everyone's all happy. I'm just sitting there in the press box with a stone cold look on my face the whole game. Like, you know?
That's amazing. You're right. Babano's face, the face of a couple like Labatt Blues in. He's just sitting there going, damn, I wish they took the Ticats. My hometown
Yeah, of
team.
all nights they win. That's the worst. But
yes.
That's why last week when I went to the game, I kind of had bad feelings about Jeremiah Masoli before the game. But I was like, man, if he does well, I don't want to be sitting in there in that stadium and stuff. I was like, I want to be on his side at least, you know, to be positive about this. But it is what it is. All right, so we got Lou in the house. Babano's at the game. Cam Stewart with us. And we got UFC 317 this week. So, Lou, any takeaways or news that that caught your eye from the face-off / weigh-ins over the last 24 hours?
Gabriel, no. And actually, that's kind of pleasant to report. And I'm going to take that back. Except for one little snafu that the UFC is trying to really just brush aside really quickly. When Topuria stepped on the scale really early, they announced his weight as 155 and a half. Well, he can't be a half. And he got down off the scale, and the guy walked away, and somebody was like, they must have informed him he can't be and a half. Oh, well, they got him back on the scale, and they
of course, yeah.
A second time. Oh, hey, it's 155 even. My bad. And that's actually, if you go to MMA Junkie or MMA Fighting or maybe Cage Side, one of them has the film of it. I watched it a second time because at the time I was like, hey, wait a minute. And now that I've watched the film of it, it's a little interesting that it happens and boom, real quick. If you'll remember some years ago, Cormier did a deal with a towel. Yeah. And they brushed that aside as quick as they could.
as we know, it's just we enter every year and it's, is this the Ravens' time? Is this Lamar Jackson's turn? Can they get past the Chiefs and all of these other, stalwarts of the AFC? But it's always really about Kansas City when we're talking Baltimore.
This potentially, Adam, as I send it back to you, potentially is a game changer in that you get a very talented quarter at a discount price.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Oklahoma City now becomes one of 4 NBA teams ever, one of 3 NBA champs ever to win at least 84 total regular season and postseason games.
It's just the beginning, Ben, and you just look at a team with, these guys at such a young age, and, Chet's got a team option, Ismail Dieng has a team option, Jalen Williams team option, Keyshawn Wallace team option. Hey, Ben, they're all coming back.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
We are seeing unbelievable temperature surges over the past couple of days. So I wanted to ask you this question to let the people know, how do we account for that in our handicapping? 2 good pitchers on the mound, but you look at a place like Wrigley Field, let's just say, 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, 90-plus degree temperatures. Is it almost like you say to yourself, you just have to fade the environment and not worry about the pitchers, because if we're hitting fly balls, they're going yard?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
It was the first time, I think, in Dodgers history that the ballpark was full in the first inning. Everybody was there to see Shohei Ohtani throw his first pitch as a Dodger, and I had mixed emotions about this for a few reasons. Number one, it was a reminder of, wow, this is so crazy, right? You're watching him hit 98, 99, even 100 on the radar gun going, this guy's not human. Nobody should be able to be this good of a hitter or this good of a pitcher.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, this game still is not over yet, but it is over in the sense that it's gone over the number for everybody right now, too. We already had it at 48.5, but I did see 49.5, 48.5, so it was bouncing around depending on when and where you bet it. But it's a clear over now, 35-17 Hamilton. They just kicked a field goal with 37 seconds left in the football game. So 35-17 there, quick baseball check. Right now, dear God, it was 15-8 before. It's 22-8 now. Baltimore just scored another 7 runs in the 8th inning. They were already winning. Yeah, Cam, they're already winning 15-8. Now they're winning 22-8.
Look at these scores tonight. 30 runs, 11 runs. Like, these games are still, wow,
look at Philly and Atlanta, 11-0
Yeah.
Seattle, Texas, 5-5. That's a good one. They're 5-5 right now. They're in the top of the 7th.
Dodgers are going to probably go over. It's 9 right now, right? There's still a couple innings to go.
That one's really slowed down. That total was up to like 14.5, 15.5 at one point. Now, nobody scored in like 4 innings in this game. So, yeah, 5-4 Dodgers going to the bottom of the 8th right now. And NHL draft tonight. And NHL news, Noah Dobson gets traded to the Montreal Canadiens earlier in the day. Matthew Schaefer gets selected first overall by the New York Islanders, and our very own Scott Wessel had the worst take of the day online tonight. But we'll get to that one a little bit later on. We'll get to the UFC with Lou. I see Cam shaking his head. And the worst is
our very own Scott Wetzel with the worst take of the NHL draft. I'm like, okay.
I was going to let it go, but he did call one of my picks goofy that time, right before the Stanley Cup playoffs. So I'm like, all right, yeah, okay, it's fair game. Fair game now. But we got Lou in the house. Cam Stewart, as I am Gabriel Morency. All right, so UFC 317. We were laughing about the weigh-ins and stuff and how different places. Some of these guys, they look at the scale like they're not even. It's impossible to even see it that quickly. And they're like, yeah, you're good. And Nevada is known for that, obviously. But let's start off with the main event here, Lou. We broke it down a bit last night, but I look forward to your take here. Topuria is minus 500 right now on the money line. Over under is 1.5. Over 1.5 is minus 145. under 1.5 plus 105. And Topuria is minus 5.5 on the point spread, but minus 450. Not a lot of respect for Charles the Bronx Oliveira coming into this fight, Lou. And I guess, I don't know if that's the right way of putting it, because Topuria is that damn good, right? So what's your take on this?
This is probably the take I have the least conviction in, because it's not a huge bet for me. However, I tend to think that Oliveira is getting a little bit disregarded. I don't know that I think he can win the fight, but I sure think he can be competitive in the fight. I mean, it is Tupuria's first 155 fight, and I give him all that he is. The dude, he's got great feet, great crisp striking. I can talk about his accolades all day long. At the end of the day, I don't know how to approach Charles any other way than looking at the over. And I like the over here. I don't think it's going to be an overwhelm. It took Topuria some time to get to Volkanovski. I think there'll be a game here. Charles does have some length. I think, for me, fight to start round 2, which is like a minus 200, or over 1.5. That's the approach that I would take on this fight, but it would be the smallest of the bets we're about to talk about.
I do think the same way about this. I'll be taking the over 1.5. Pantoja and Kai Kara France, Lou. Pantoja's a minus 225 favorite, minus 5.5 on the point spread, minus 120. France plus 5.5, over under 4.5 in this fight. Any opinion on this one?
Yeah, I like France a good deal here. And these are two guys that fought in the tough finale 9 years ago. At that point in time, Pantoja was 26, a full-grown man, and everyone in the house knew he was the daddy lion and the guy to beat. Kai Kara France was 23, a kid, wasn't even at City Kickboxing then, and he took him in the finals, lost a decision, was dropped a few times by Pantoja, but got up. That's 9 years ago. Fast forward 9 years, and you have Pantoja, a legitimate champion of a 125-pound division, but the division is paper thin. There's no real talent. This isn't a stacked division like lightweight, like welterweight, like the middleweights. This one's running 1 or 2 deep, 1.5 deep, and it's Pantoja and a bunch of other guys. And you can prove that by looking at Kai Kara France, who's 1-2 in his last 3 fights. But he's strong, he's willing, he's had not success against Pantoja before, but he's in a rematch after 9 years. He's had Eugene Behrman teaching him. I think if he can keep this fight standing, he stands a great chance against a guy in Pantoja that accepts almost 4 full significant strikes every 5 minutes. That's an awful lot in a 125-pound match. He doesn't want to be trading with Kara France, and that's the fight that Kara France wants. And you can catch Kara France at plus 170 to plus 200, depending where you're shopping. I'm all about that, and I used that straight as a parlay piece with a favorite down the line to get tremendous advantage. But I also used that plus 5.5 points, which is plus 100. I think that's a really good tool, and that was a strong bet.
I was going to ask you about that. If you like the live dog, you got to like the plus 5.5 at plus 100 as well. Brandon Royval versus Joshua Van. This one, not quite, basically a pick 'em. Van's a slight favorite here. Plus 3.5 for Royval on the point spread, but that's minus 200. Total 2.5, shaded heavily to the over here. Any thoughts on this one, Lou?
This is our PhD in MMA fight, guys. And by that, I mean you have Royval, who's fought for the championship, fought the elite of the division, is a proven workhorse and a legit top 5 talent, trains in elevation in Colorado, and they give him this 23-year-old kid, and the 23-year-old kid come the favorite. Royval's infuriated by it, as well. Van took a fight 3 weeks ago that he won. So not only is he on a quick turnaround after 3 weeks where he has to drop the weight and get ready for a fight, but guys, this is his 5th fight in 7 months. And he's 23. He doesn't know any better. He's ambitious. He's about to get schooled by a guy that will prove to him that there are levels to this and that you have to respect your body. I like Royval a good deal in this fight.
Love where you're going there. I brought it up last night that there's a lot of skilled mixed martial artists on this card. And, Dariush is one of them. Moicano, this is an interesting fight as well, Ludes, from a tactical, an X and O standpoint. You know what I mean? And you got Dariush is technically the underdog, in the plus 100 range, over under 2.5 in this one. Lou, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that Dariush is the side here. Moicano has been really a tremendous lightning rod for social activity. He does a podcast. His new personality is magnanimous, and he's out there telling everybody to F off, and he wants a Damani and all that. And it's working great, but I think it's also drawing a lot of fans his way. And when you look at the skills of both of these fighters, they match up really well and competitively on the ground. On the feet, Dariush is probably a smidge better with more power. And I think Dariush should be the right side. It's the Moicano popularity that's keeping this fight line close.
As we know, it's just we enter every year and it's, is this the Ravens' time? Is this Lamar Jackson's turn? Can they get past the Chiefs and all of these other, stalwarts of the AFC? But it's always really about Kansas City when we're talking Baltimore.
This potentially, Adam, as I send it back to you, potentially is a game changer in that you get a very talented quarter at a discount price.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Oklahoma City now becomes one of 4 NBA teams ever, one of 3 NBA champs ever to win at least 84 total regular season and postseason games.
It's just the beginning, Ben, and you just look at a team with, these guys at such a young age, and, Chet's got a team option, Ismail Dieng has a team option, Jalen Williams team option, Keyshawn Wallace team option. Hey, Ben, they're all coming back.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
We are seeing unbelievable temperature surges over the past couple of days. So I wanted to ask you this question to let the people know, how do we account for that in our handicapping? 2 good pitchers on the mound, but you look at a place like Wrigley Field, let's just say, 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, 90-plus degree temperatures. Is it almost like you say to yourself, you just have to fade the environment and not worry about the pitchers, because if we're hitting fly balls, they're going yard?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
It was the first time, I think, in Dodgers history that the ballpark was full in the first inning. Everybody was there to see Shohei Ohtani throw his first pitch as a Dodger, and I had mixed emotions about this for a few reasons. Number one, it was a reminder of, wow, this is so crazy, right? You're watching him hit 98, 99, even 100 on the radar gun going, this guy's not human. Nobody should be able to be this good of a hitter and this good of a pitcher.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency, the Pistol Players, the Hustlers, the people of Bustum, everybody else in between. The NHL draft continues. We're into the 26th pick right now, but, they're drafting Swedish guys and dudes from the Russian league and stuff. So I'm not going to print, great pick. Great pick. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? At least I don't lie about it. You know what I mean?
No,
I don't know.
exactly. Yeah.
People, hey, Morency, what do you think of the pick? I'm like, I don't know. I've never seen him play before. I guess we'll find out in 3-4 years if the kid's good or not. That's like with the NHL. Like all these kids, they're all 18. They go back to play college and junior hockey, and like so. You know what I mean? Like the NHL, like you're not in the league for a couple of years, so you don't know. You know what I mean?
You know what, Gabe? It's amazing how this draft always goes according to form. Like, because we watch like a million hockey shows here. Like Schaefer was a lock, Misa was a second to go. Like, you know what I mean? I'm looking down the list, going projected third, fourth. Like, you know what I mean? There's very little like crazy picks that happen. You know?
You know why? Because the hockey experts, guys like McKenzie and stuff, they're so tight with the GMs. These GMs all have loose lips. Like, you know what I mean? Like NBA doesn't talk to the media, the GMs and stuff. And NFL as well. Or the NFL will talk to the media, but they'll lie to the media before the draft.
Exactly.
Oh, we hate this guy. He's a crackhead, Lou. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's terrible. Like, if they tell you they hate the guy, it means they're drafting him. Like, it's one of those deals. Like the NFL, like, and seriously, they do it. Like the NFL, like they'll call up Adam Schefter. Oh, yeah, did you hear about McMillan out of Arizona? Yeah, I heard he smokes a lot of weed, huh? You know what I mean? And just sort of, you know, like stuff like that. And like, you know, they would sort of, oh, he's a trouble guy. And then, then they take you. Like, you know what I mean? So there's a game to it. But I think the hockey guys are kind of like, yeah, don't tell anyone we're taking Misa. You know what I mean? Like type thing. But you're right, Ken. There's not a ton of drama to it. But so anyways, the drama is here, guys. There's been some deals. We'll get to it later. But Sidney Crosby. Does Crosby really want to end his career with a terrible Pittsburgh Penguin team? Right? He's got to ask himself this. And he wants to be loyal. But it seems like the pendulum is starting to swing a little bit here. And George Larocque. Now, George Larocque's not pretending to be a big insider, but he's a former NHL player. George Larocque posted, hearing that big things are about to happen with Crosby in Pittsburgh. I can tell you I got a DM from someone today who told me, keep your eye on Crosby to Colorado tonight. I just heard from somebody who's never wrong about these things, that it's actually true. Paul Bissonnette now and the Spit and Chicklets guys are on this tonight about, you know what, we're hearing this. The thing is, it's no secret. I've been calling it for years. You know that Colorado and Nate McKinnon, and they do the Tim Hortons commercial. I'm surprised they don't live together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think they vacation together with their wives and stuff. Like, they're like this, those two. Like, Nate McKinnon and Sidney Crosby. They're from the same, like, town. They're from they're the same people. And, you know, so if he's going to go anywhere, I know Canadian fans are thinking, oh, Montreal. It's not happening. I personally don't think it's going to happen. And for the record, Sidney Crosby's agent posted on Twitter about 45 minutes ago that it's all nonsense what everybody's talking about, which leads me to believe that there's something up. You know what I mean, Lou? When an agent says it's nonsense, it's like a politician, Cam. No, there's nothing going on. Like,
I'm not raising taxes. Come on, man. I'm honest.
Yeah, nonsense. It's like the coach, the baseball coach last year at Texas. Whoever said I'm leaving here is a piece of crap garbage. You took away from the distraction of my baseball team. 24 hours later, new coach at Texas A&M. That was yesterday I said that. A lot of stuff changed since then.
It's so true.
That's the politics line, too. Well, a lot has changed since I flip-flopped last week. You know,
Exactly.
That's why I learned a lot of new information. All right, so I don't think he's going to leave, Lou. Crosby's a Penguin. He's not going anywhere, in my opinion. At least not tonight. Not tonight.
Not tonight. But if he's going anywhere, it's Colorado. It's Pittsburgh for life or Colorado. I don't think there's.
Let me ask you guys: do you rip it off like a Band-Aid if you're Crosby, like mid-season now? Or do you sort of, hey, this is going to be my last year with you guys. I'm kind of moving on. You know what I mean?
Like earlier, like he's 37, and the thing is, he's given that organization everything. He owes them nothing. That's the whole thing.
And Dubas has done nothing for him in the last 3 years here. Like they're not helping him. Like it's clear they're not going to help him.
All he does is show up as a grinder and like an old guy in the league and play and beat down young guys. Crosby's amazing. So he earned the right to do whatever he wants. And I got to be honest with you, Gabe, I'd love to see him play with his buddy McKinnon because I'll tell you, it would be magic.
So Crosby's birthday is near mine, actually. I'm August 10th. He's August 7th. So he's going to be 38 when the season starts. He's 37 right now, but he'll be 38 next month. So I don't think it'll happen, but like I said, we're just trying to keep you up to date. We're just telling you what the word on the street is. All right, so We're talking with Lou here. Dariush, we're talking about how he feels Dariush is slightly. What about the over in this fight, Lou? It does feel like an over 2.5 type of fight with Dariush and Moicano.
When I think of this fight, I keep thinking of the Groucho Marx when he was in front of the mirror and he's doing this, and the guy on the other side of the mirror is doing exactly the same thing that he's doing, because when these two guys fight, it's going to be like one guy fighting in a mirror. They're the same
That's an over.
kind of fighter. And so, yes, I agree. I think the over is very logical in this fight.
All right, we got Talbot and Lima. Lima minus 175, plus 150 for the underdog. Hermanson is a plus 190 underdog. Rodriguez minus 225. 2.5s are both the totals in those fights. What do you think? Any opinion on any of those two fights, Lou?
Yeah, my dogs are Cara France, Daniil Dariush, and Roy Val, those or Pick'ems. You know, when we start to get lower in the card, I'm starting to now like some of the favorites. I don't know how Hermanson beats RoboCop unless somehow he gets him late and finds a way to spin him or something. And I like Delgado a good deal. And Silva I like against Talbot. So little chalky on the lower side of the card, dogs on the top side.
Delgado's not too bad right now in the minus 155, minus 160 range. We'll wrap up with the great Gamblu. You can find his picks over at gamblu.com and his podcast as well.
As we know, it's just we enter every year and it's, is this the Ravens' time? Is this Lamar Jackson's turn? Can they get past the Chiefs and all of these other, stalwarts of the AFC? But it's always really about Kansas City when we're talking Baltimore.
This potentially, Adam, as I send it back to you, potentially is a game changer in that you get a very talented quarter at a discount price.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Oklahoma City now becomes one of 4 NBA teams ever, one of 3 NBA champs ever to win at least 84 total regular season and postseason games.
It's just the beginning, Ben, and you just look at a team with, these guys at such a young age, and, Chet's got a team option, Ismail Dieng has a team option, Jalen Williams team option, Keyshawn Wallace team option. Hey, Ben, they're all coming back.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
We are seeing unbelievable temperature surges over the past couple of days. So I wanted to ask you this question to let the people know, how do we account for that in our handicapping? 2 good pitchers on the mound, but you look at a place like Wrigley Field, let's just say, 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, 90-plus degree temperatures. Is it almost like you say to yourself, you just have to fade the environment and not worry about the pitches, because if we're hitting fly balls, they're going yard?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
It was the first time, I think, in Dodgers history that the ballpark was full in the first inning. Everybody was there to see Shohei Ohtani throw his first pitch as a Dodger, and I had mixed emotions about this for a few reasons. Number one, it was a reminder of, wow, this is so crazy, right? You're watching him hit 98, 99, even 100 on the radar gun going, this guy's not human. Nobody should be able to be this good of a hitter and this good of a pitcher.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. Pimps the players, the hustlers, the people to bust them, everybody else in between. All right, we got Lou just for a couple of more moments. We're into the prelims right now. Great breakdown by Lou, Gamblu.com, UFC 317. It's International Fight Week. It's pretty good. I miss the old, when they have so many cards now. But remember, they used to be the New Year's Eve card and the 4th of July card was always the oh, wow, just over the top. This isn't like over the top. It's good, but it's not like over the top. So what about the prelims here, Lou? Nico Price. This guy can't. Nico Price could like turn a fight with a piece of plastic fruit into an entertaining spectacle. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's true, Kev. He's just one of these guys. Like, he's gonna show up and it's gonna be like his face gonna get busted open and be like, oh wow, this is pretty crazy. Like, that's why he's here, Lou. Though, right? He is entertaining. Say what you will about him.
He's entertaining. He's half nutty, but understand he's the father. He's the father of like 5 or 6 kids. He takes this really seriously.
Yeah,
he has a wealth of experience over his opponent. He's longer and taller.
Oh, sounds like you're like this at 10-1. How the hell is he 10-1?
I'm telling you, this opponent, as bad as he is, meaning bad, he's a lethal fighter. Price knows he's being set up to be the patsy here, and I know we're going to get a competitive fight out of him. Like I say, he's been in the UFC longer, has the experience, and just kind of like Oliveira with Topuria, I think the way I want to approach this fight is by taking the fight starts round 2 plus 115. Dadgummit, give me a mask and a bag. That's like stealing, guys. I think Price is going to get this thing into the second round. And if you don't have start second round, you just take the over 1.5. But
Plus
I like
185.
Wow. Yeah, I like Price to make this a fight. He's not just going to go in there and fold up.
Can I ask you guys a quick question? I just got a super boost, Gabe. It goes from minus 170 to plus 100. No juice. Topuria by KO or TKO. Is that a good bet or is that a sucker play? What do you think?
My opinion is I think that's a solid. Many smart minds believe Topuria is going to win inside the distance. I believe he does, and I believe it's via KO. So that's a very logical approach. If you got plus money on that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know. Sometimes me and Gabe know the boost suck you in, but this one looks very good. Like, I'm going to have to hit that one, I think.
I will ask though, Lou. Kiev was on the show with us last night, and I was talking about like Topuria likes to break fighters' wills, like what you're good. Like some fighters, you know what I mean? They'll stick to their strengths. This is how I'm going to win the fight. I'm going to stick to my strength. Topuria seems to say, all right, what's this other guy's strength? I want to beat him at his own thing. Is there any thought, and not at all, that if it ends up on the ground, Topuria could sub him?
It's not out of the question at all. If Topuria has the skill to do it, and
he can do both. That's what makes him so good, right, Lou? He can knock you out and sub you. He can do either.
That's right, and that leads me directly to my point that if that's how I'm going to play it, I'm taking Topuria via any finish because I'm not smart enough to figure out whichever one I take, it won't be that one. So I'm just going to take him to finish it inside the distance.
Yeah, you don't get too cute.
Price. I'll have to pay the price.
All right. So first fight of the night. What is it? Dennis and Hines. I don't know. I don't know much about them. And we didn't hit McKinney actually, and what's it? Borshakev. And Araujo and Cortez. So we've hit all the fights except that. We got about a minute and a half here, Lou. Any opinion on those other fights we didn't touch?
Slava Claus and McKinney. You don't want to miss that fight. That's going to be absolute violence. Slava Claus is the striking coach at Team Alpha Male for Faber, and McKinney is a crazoid. He's got great wrestling. He just doesn't use it. I think he's going to finally slow down, use his brain, and go out there and carve Slava Claus up. I like McKinney in this fight, and this one would be one that could easily be an under, and it's lined at 1.5. Easily be McKinney via KO.
Lou, where can people find you online, Lou?
Everything you want to know about me can be found at gamblu.com. My Bout Business podcast is accessible there. Appreciate you guys having me on, Gabe. And Cam, appreciate it, and have a great night. Good luck, everybody, with the fights.
Good stuff,
awesome,
Lou. Enjoy your weekend. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
as we know, it's just we enter every year and it's like, is this the Ravens' time? Is this Lamar Jackson's turn? Can they get past the Chiefs and all of these other, stalwarts of the AFC? But it's always really about Kansas City when we're talking Baltimore.
This potentially, Adam, as I send it back to you, potentially is a game changer in that you get a very talented quarter at a discount price.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Oklahoma City now becomes one of 4 NBA teams ever, one of 3 NBA champs ever to win at least 84 total regular season and postseason games.
It's just the beginning, Ben, and you just look at a team with, these guys at such a young age, and, Chet's got a team option, Ismail Dieng has a team option, Jalen Williams team option, Keyshawn Wallace team option. Hey, Ben, they're all coming back.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
We are seeing unbelievable temperature surges over the past couple days. So I wanted to ask you this question to let the people know, how do we account for that in our handicapping? 2 good pitchers on the mound, but you look at a place like Wrigley Field, let's just say, 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, 90-plus degree temperatures. Is it almost like you say to yourself, you just have to fade the environment and not worry about the pitchers, because if we're hitting fly balls, they're going yard?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
It was the first time, I think, in Dodgers history that the ballpark was full in the first inning. Everybody was there to see Shohei Ohtani throw his first pitch as a Dodger, and I had mixed emotions about this for a few reasons. Number one, it was a reminder of, wow, this is so crazy, right? You're watching him hit 98, 99, even 100 on the radar gun going, this guy's not human. Nobody should be able to be this good of a hitter or this good of a pitcher.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. Level 2 has begun. This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency, the Pistol Players, the Hustlers, the people to bust them, and everybody else in between. The NHL draft is continuing tonight, and in typical modern sports fashion and social media fashion, everybody's like the old guard are bitching about this. Now, I'm going to sound like the new guard. The old guard are bitching about this draft tonight. They don't like it. And I saw that douchebag Steve Simmons from the Toronto Sun tonight on online, and let me get his exact quote.
Yeah,
I think that's the best way of describing him, to be honest. But let me get the best quote here. I want to get his exact words. He was upset because so tonight the NHL draft, they're basically going like the NFL draft tonight. And, of course, everybody's bitching. The NHL guys are all bitching. You know why they're bitching? Because they're not there. Normally in the past, the NHL draft, the floor would be a bunch of tables with all the executives from every team. And you know what they would do? They'd go to every NHL draft, and it'd be like 19 of them, and then rack up like $350,000 at strip clubs and steakhouses and playing golf. And the NHL owner said, what the hell are we doing here? No other league is sending 20 executives to these damn drafts. So they didn't do it now. They just got fans. The executives are like the NFL. They're back at their headquarters. And the NHL world doesn't like it. Oh, this sucks and stuff. And they also, the NHL, I'll give them credit. I thought Batman's done a good job hosting it. I think the set looks great at the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles, California. So I give credit to the NHL tonight for this. But the NHL, they also went with celebrities tonight, like celebrity guest pickers, like for their picks. And so Steve Simmons, of course, was very offended that Bailey from the WWE was announcing the San Jose Shark pick. Here's what he said. He goes, this is an embarrassing look for the NHL. Having management on screen talking to their players, having a marginal pro wrestler make the #1 pick for the San Jose Sharks. At NHL, please don't do this again. Who are you to call Bailey a marginal wrestler? Like
Bailey's
you're just a tool.
man.
You're just a tool bag that writes for the Toronto Sun, #1. So I didn't even know this. I tried to repost it, but then I saw when I clicked it that he actually has blocked me. I've never tweeted at him once in my life, so I don't know why he's blocked me. I've been on a TV show with him before a couple of times. I didn't like him. He didn't like me. He's a miserable person. And he used to write bad things about me in the newspaper all the time. And it was really awkward. I got invited to a World Cup party once at Michael Landsberg's house. And I'm on Landsberg's couch, and Steve Simmons walks in. You should have seen the look. Like, oh, my God. Like, it was like weeks after he, like, slagged me in the newspaper, too. It was like, hey, good to see you, Steve. But whatever, I could take it. But he's got, you want to dish it. It goes both ways. Yeah, but the guy blocked me. But the NHL, good job by the NHL tonight. They had Bailey. They got Tom Green, did the Ottawa pick. Tony Finau did the Utah pick. Tony Finau was really into it, too. Except they really should have told Tony Finau before he went out there, like, how to say the name of the team. As Tony Finau called the Moncton Wildcats, Moncton. He goes, congratulations to the Moncton Wildcats. And it's like, bro, it's Moncton. Like, so they should have told him, hey, Tony, by the way, it's Moncton. And I'm not going to blame him for not saying Dayonnay properly. It's hard to say. It's a French name, but he butchered it pretty good. But it was fun. It was funny stuff, like Tony Finau announcing the Utah pick. Fun stuff with the NHL draft tonight. And I see they got a trade alert on the screen right now at the draft. And that's even cool that they have it on the big screen in the room. We'll let you know what it is. Let's bring in Mr. Rob Vino.
Who's going to do the Leafs? Guess who's going to do the Leafs?
Who's doing the Leafs?
Take a guess. I'll bet everything I have on Bieber, but they don't even have a pick in the first round. That's the super fan. Yeah, he'll be there. Whatever.
He's a fan of the Raptors, Cam. He has nothing to do with the Leafs.
Justin Bieber loves the Leafs. He loves the Leafs.
Justin Bieber's wasted, bro. They're not going to bring Justin Bieber on the stage. The guy can barely stand. Like, his life's falling apart.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah. Like, seriously. Even Rob Vino knows that. Hey, Rob? You know Bieber's a mess.
I don't know. I watched Entertainment Tonight. He's a mess. I got no clue.
Yeah, you're my go-to guy for that type of stuff.
Gabe, good gossip.
Bieber's a mess.
It's well known. Kid's messed up. Like, he's got problems.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, you said you know who it is. I'm like, I don't know. Like, you didn't know. Like you actually knew.
He would be the representative. No. Anyway, I'm just taking it all back. Can we go back in the time machine 30 seconds? I'm done. Yeah. Let's talk.
So, I don't know. I would have liked to see like all the other ones. Like, I'm going to look it up after. But I saw Bailey from the WWE. She did the San Jose. She's from San Jose, and she's a Shark fan. They had Tom Green from Ottawa, who's a Senator fan, the weird actor, comedian dude, who's actually kind of funny as long as you don't give him like a half hour. Like, Tom Green's the type of guy that's funny for like 2-3 minutes. It's like, all right, Tom Green, everybody. Right? You got to get him off the stage. But if you give him like an hour show or let him make a movie, it's a bad mistake. But, Rob, it's almost like letting McLeod Bethel Thompson start. Wow. Like, I expected better, bro, from him. Like, I've never liked him. I just full disclosure. I've never liked him. I never thought he was that good. I thought he sucked before with the Argos years ago. I thought he was mediocre in the UFL. And he's always talking. He was a bad teammate with Trey Ford in Edmonton. Oh, I should be the starter. He's not even any good. And, like, he talks smack online, like, in the offseason. He's got a big attitude, McLeod. And it's like, all right, there's always an excuse with you. You're on a bad Edmonton team. Wow, the Argos weren't really good when I was on the team. Wow, the UFL team, it is what it is. All right, what was the excuse tonight, Rob? The guy couldn't complete a freaking pass tonight.
He was poor, Gabe, and thank goodness the defense got us through that one because we avoided a mess with that fumble recovery for touchdown to get that thing over 32-17 after the extra point. But, yeah, Bethel Thompson just didn't seem to be able to – I have the same problem with Bo Levi Mitchell. And these guys, first down, 2nd and 7, overthrow an open guy by 10 yards, punt, field goal, punt. You know what I mean? They get down the field. We've talked about it before. They get you down the field a little bit. That game was kind of played between the 50s for a long time. And I'm sitting there counting singles on one hand. Come on, 47 more rouges and we got this thing. But eventually...
Yeah, when it was 1-1, Rob sent me a message saying, Rob sent me a message saying, can we get 46 more of these?
Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice. But let me give you this real quick.
Hey, that was a miracle it went
half,
over. I don't know how the hell it got there.
If you had the under in this game, you got fleeced. It was a nut under the whole way. Like, I can't believe the overhead. It's ridiculous.
We'll take the fleecing. But, Gabe, we always talk, guys, about Saskatchewan second half overs. Canadian Football League second halves this year.
Yeah.
11-3 to the over, and they're averaging like 32 points a game in the second half. So never out of it. We weren't out of it tonight, thank goodness.
So it was 8-4 at the half. They were at 12, and the total was 37.5 at the half. Just for the record. And they ended up getting a 52 when it was all said and done. You're right, Robin. One of the three was last Saturday when I was at the damn game, and I tried the old bailout special that always works in the CFL. Second half over. Right, so I'm at the game. I'm like, I'm going to load up again. Second half over. I was like, Masoli, can't be any worse. And I had really good seats, so I was right, like, seeing it all in person. I was like, oh, God. And I was sitting with the Winnipeg Blue Bomber friends and family. So it was even worse. So, like, I'm sitting there, and they're scoring, they're all, like, high-fiving around me. I'm sitting there in a BC Lion jacket, like...
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all. It's
too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. The pits, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between. All right, let's see. I'm looking here. My Twitter's been blowing up here all night. Like I said, Wetzel mocked the kid on the Islanders tonight, and his Twitter is like getting killed here. Oh, he deleted it.
No.
I'm looking now. People are like, you're a miserable human being. Like, I had someone ask me, what's Wetzel's problem? And I said, you know what? I said he likes being the villain. You know what I mean? Like, some people like being the villain. He doesn't mind being the villain. But it goes both ways. Like I said, you got to take and stuff. You can't get upset when people come at you for it after. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. All right. So we're seeing Bailey here right now that Steve Simmons hated. And she even dyed her hair like she's rocking. Like, she's got the Sharks look going here. She's from San Jose. And the San Jose Sharks took Michael Misa tonight. Great pick for them. Although, listen, he's a great player. Just me personally, I'll just quickly say that you already have Will Smith. You got Celebrini. I don't know why Martone fell like he did to 6. I don't really get it. Like, Martone's a big kid. The NHL is a big league now. Like, you got to, play physical hockey. I think the Sharks might have, they're getting too flashy here. You can't just, rack up offensive player. Like, they're like a football team. It keeps on taking wide receivers. It's like, come on, guys. You had a chance to take, a big bruising dude to help Celebrini out here. And, you went with another skilled guy. But, all right, it is what it is. They're still years away, and they're building it. So we're talking about the CFL. It's been choppy this week because we got a bunch of backup quarterbacks. And tomorrow, guys, this is super confusing tomorrow. Nate Rourke is he's on the roster, but he didn't practice all week, and he's a game-time decision, which we know he's really not playing. So it's going to be Masoli, and it looks like it's going to be Jake Meyer for Saskatchewan, Rob, the quarterback from Calgary last year, against Masoli. Yet I can tell you that in Vancouver here this week in practice, Masoli and Chase Bryce split the reps with the ones. So, last week, a lot of people were clamoring to see what Chase Bryce can do from App State. They didn't give him the chance. He comes in on short yardage situations only. They didn't give him the full chance to run the offense. Masoli is definitely on a shorter leash this week. Is it crazy, Rob, to, be given the benefit of the doubt and say, all right, you got one game under your belt, Masoli. You haven't started a game in 3 years. You got that game under your belt now. Will he be better against the Rough Riders tomorrow, in your opinion, Rob?
I'm not so sure. Well, in my line of thinking, Gabe, it's will he be better enough to get it over the total? And from that perspective, I'm not sure that he can lead BC to enough points to get it over the total.
Dino, that's
it's like he gets to the point. Yeah, well, yeah. And BC's defense looked pretty good last week. Their defense is pretty good this year, actually. They contained Winnipeg. You know what I mean? They were on the field a lot, but they made plays. I saw them. They picked off Caleros twice.
Well, then Saskatchewan's pass rush has been good on the other side, too. So talking about Jake Meyer without his top 2 receivers, right, on one side, and Masoli, will he be better on the other side? He gets a pretty good pass rush. Again, I tell you guys all the time, it's kind of against my religion to play under. But it looks like under in that game to me, BC and Saskatchewan, where maybe the 2 defenses are the best 2 units on the field. We'll wait and see what the game time decisions are on these quarterbacks. Well, we know Myers started. We'll wait and see on the other end whether it's Masoli or not, or Bryce. But I think I'm leaning towards under, Gabe, but I really wanted to play BC in this game. I just feel like they need a win. But Saskatchewan, they get the job done no matter what. That's a good football team. So I'm kind of in limbo on side.
Yeah, and it's too bad, Cam, because we were getting 5 with BC earlier in the week, and it's down to 2 right now.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy swing. That's a huge move. I think a lot of people are thinking the same thing. BC, they're doing this game. Saskatchewan's been playing well. BC, they lose at home to Winnipeg. It's one of those situations. Hamilton was an 0-2 team tonight at home against an undefeated Montreal team, and, they brought it. I'm not going to say they played a perfect game, but, I know it was Bethel Thompson played like crap, but Hamilton also, they got a little bit of a running game. Their defense played really well. That kid from Windsor was incredible tonight. I think he had that strip and an interception. I think he had 2 touchdowns. That guy, they drafted 2nd overall. So, yeah, I think BC's due, Gabe, but we're getting the bad side of the number. I still like the Lions in this spot, though I'm going to take them.
We've seen, Rob, over and over the last couple of years, for whatever reason, the BC Lions are like the public sportsbook team, aren't they, Rob? You know what I mean? We never get value with the Lions. Like they're either big favorites or they're like there's no good reason for the Lions only to be 2-point underdogs here, even with the quarterback situation. But it's like they are, but it still feels like the Lions will find a way here tomorrow. It'd be an interesting game. I think it's going to be close, and I'm not running the window to bet the over either. And on the other side, we'll hit the Argonauts and the Red Blacks. And this is another tricky one. The Argos are like very upset. Dinwiddie's threatening to like cut people and replace everybody. Like they're really, really freaking out in Toronto. They're 0-3. They don't want to go 0-4 here. And you got an Ottawa team who I think are pretty good, but they got a lot of injuries. Dustin Crum's going to be the quarterback in this game. Ottawa did win last week, but it was one of those monsoon rain like win games, so it's hard to really know what to take away from it. It's a tricky card this week in the CFL. So we got Rob Vino's thoughts on the other side, and Rob bets everything. Any late WNBA here for you, Rob? Any overs?
Yeah, I'm in action here. The Seattle team total over and the Phoenix Liberty game over. So,
Dude, it's 196 and a half in game.
Holy jeez.
196 and a half. You're looking good, Rob, I tell you.
There's a new sheriff in town, the Phoenix Mercury. That's the new sheriff in town in the WNBA.
And the Chicago Sky and the Valkyries, we got a low-scoring one there. You got a 196 and a half, and you got a 146 and a half total, a difference of 50 points. Wow. Chicago Sky and the Valkyries, 41-40, mid-third right now. On the other side, we'll see if there's any interest in jumping in on these games.
What do you make of this price tag here, reportedly, of $1.7 billion for a club that right now technically doesn't even have a home ballpark?
We don't see a lot of teams sold in Major League Baseball. I mean, if you go back to 2020, Steve Cohen bought the New York Mets for $2.4 billion. The only team sold since then was the Orioles last year, also for around $1.7 billion.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go with Cam Young at 30-1. I think it's a really nice course for him at the Rocket Mortgage in Detroit, Michigan for him. Wyndham Clark at 36-1. And I also like Alex Noren at 60-1.
Mike Morency, drunken Brit dart toss golf pick, which does win like 2-3 times a year, guys. Insanely enough. But I'm going to say Matt Fitzpatrick.
Sports Rage tonight. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
I do believe that SJ now is the number one player in the world. The things that he can do from the point of attack, offensively and defensively, his ability to drive downhill and score at all three levels. And the thing I like most about this young man at 26, he's so humble. He's so humble. And that speaks to the whole culture of OKC that Sam Presti and Mark Daigneault has built. Humble team, folks.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
This is Sports Rage rolling along on the Friday Night Freak Show. We wish Ron Washington, manager of the Angels, all the best. Has to step aside due to health concerns. Longtime baseball guy. So all the best to Ron Washington. Quick baseball check right now. We got a 9-8 game. Speaking of the Angels, they're leading the Nationals right now. 9-8, guys. Wild night, like Cam said earlier. 20.5 is the total of this game right now. 9-8, 20.5 in-game total, end of 5, so we're at 17. Only end of 5. That actually feels a little light. I wouldn't be surprised if we got another 4 runs in this game. The Phillies are up 11-0 in the middle of the 5th as well. And we had 15.5 total in that baseball game. Like a lot of blowouts tonight. 6-6 Mariners and Rangers. They're at the bottom of the 11th, so there's not much for us to bet on there. And the Marlins and D-backs, like, okay, there's always a game that I don't care about, and there's the one. Marlins, D-backs, 4-4. You look at Tacoma and Round Rock, 23.5. That's the money, Rob. The Pacific Coast League, bro, overs, Rob. Like, it's the altitude. Las Vegas Aviators right now. It's 7-5. They're in the 5th. In-game total, 17.5. Tacoma is in Round Rock tonight. 23.5 right now is the in-game total. 12-11, end of 8th. Plus 185 over 23.5. That's a pretty nice price for 2 more runs in this game. If you do a little crazy live in-game betting. And Rob, how about the Canada clean sheet pick we gave you the other night? Cash that ticket.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. We did cash that ticket. And then when they got all the red cards at halftime, right before half, I'm thinking, how is Canada not going to get the 3 goals in this game? They got 2 extra guys. They come out, they scored 2 right away, right? And then they just, laid down on it. Yeah. I'm like, you miserable.
I only had the 1.5, so I was happy. I was like, all right, this is good. Mine's 1.5.
Sack scored 3-0, and they miss a penalty kick. Morency, yeah, you said it.
Yeah, they missed the penalty kick hurt at the end of the first half. And also, El Salvador weren't playing soccer. These guys were like just tackling Canada and like kicking him in the head, and like it was like sheer violence. So it was a clunky.
I was surprised one of the Canadian players didn't act back because towards the end of the first half, El Salvadorian player took a ball that was by their own goal. He's picking it up from out of bounds and just slammed it into the private parts of the Canadian guy. I'm like, dude.
Yeah. That's what they do.
Gotta get something going here.
And the thing is, if you do something back, you're going to get a card again, and you get suspended for the next game in soccer, right? If you get too many cards. So Canada was told, just back off. Don't do anything stupid and don't get injured, right? But it's that's what you get when you play El Salvador. All right, so CFL, we were talking about it. Really tough game, guys. We don't shy away from these picks, but let's keep our eye on the situation tomorrow. I think the Lions are lying about, whatever. They're saying Nate Rourke's going to be in uniform, but he's not going to play. I don't think he's playing. So, and it's going to be Jake Meyer, but Jake Meyer to be the quarterback of Saskatchewan. That could be sloppy, but the Riders sort of find a way. The points pretty short. And then we got the Crumble on Sunday. Toronto and Ottawa. That's a good name for it. The Crumble. Ottawa, 2-point home favorites. A lot of people, Rob, in the CFL landscape are buying in that the Argos are going to, this is the week the Argos win a football game. That the Argos, that Dinwiddie's threatening everybody. Are you buying into that? What do you think about this one?
Yeah, normally I would say that the team would respond to a coach's wrath like that, especially in a game where they're, 2-point line. They're very competitive, but I'm not so sure, Gabe. They look bad. They can't run the football. But they average like 50 yards a game rushing the ball. They can't run. And on the other side, Dustin Crum, for what it's worth, that game was played in the heavy rain last week. And I think he was 9 for 22 throwing the football, but they ran it well. And if it comes down to that, Ottawa's the better running team. I kind of feel like they're probably the right side. I don't want to put too much credence into a team responding to a coach yelling and threatening them. But it could happen. I mean, it's such a situational angle. It's hard for me to play it with Toronto not being any good or showing me anything at all so far. We'll see. I mean, Arbuckle hasn't looked good.
Could we get the total? What do you think about the total? We got 30 seconds here, Rob.
Well, we always look at it on the high side, but trying to convince myself to get there is tough, Gabe. I got to say.
I think this one could open up, actually. The one tomorrow I'm more concerned about. Yeah, I can see it. Toronto's arguing. Yeah, I think there'll be points at Ottawa and Toronto. Robino.
of this price tag here, reportedly, of $1.7 billion for a club that right now technically doesn't even have a home ballpark.
We don't see a lot of teams sold in Major League Baseball. I mean, if you go back to 2020, Steve Cohen bought the New York Mets for $2.4 billion. The only team sold since then was the Orioles last year, also for around $1.7 billion.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go with Cam Young at 30-1. I think it's a really nice course for him at the Rocket Mortgage in Detroit, Michigan for him. Wyndham Clark at 36-1. And I also like Alex Noren at 60-1.
My Morency drunken Brit dart toss golf pick, which does win like 2-3 times a year, guys. Some insanely enough. But I'm going to say Matt Fitzpatrick.
Sports Rage tonight. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
I do believe that SJ now is the #1 player in the world. The things that he can do from the point of attack, offensively and defensively, his ability to drive downhill and score at all three levels. And the thing I like most about this young man at 26, he's so humble. He's so humble. And that speaks to the whole culture of OKC that Sam Presti and Mark Daigneault has built. Humble team, folks.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
This is Sports Rage. I am Gabriel Morency, the pits, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between. So only the old school, and I got to call Larry Brooks, who I like, Brooksy. I sound like Tortorella. Hey, Brooksy, I told you. I'm not answering your questions. F off. Hey, Brooksy, I told you.
Hey, Brooksy, I got a problem with
Brooksy,
you,
what part of this don't you understand? I'm not talking to you. Like,
That's the best.
That's the
I gotta
best.
be honest with you.
He goes, hey, Brooksy, what part of this? Because Brooksy asked him over again, he goes, hey, Brooksy, what part of this don't you effing get? I don't like you. F off. I'm not talking to you. Next question.
He's just doing his damn job. Like, Tortorella got it. Like, Brooksy never did, like, complete, like, a lot. Like, he was just annoying guy.
I know. But I'm just saying, tonight, Larry Brooks, like, oh, this is terrible. The NHL draft's terrible. I don't know what you guys bitching about? It's terrible that Adam Sandler was part of it? Or that Bailey from the WWE? Or, like, I can go on and on. I was very impressed. I wasn't expecting it. You know, Bettman came out, and I even credited Bettman off the top of the draft on Twitter 5 minutes in. I said, stage looks good. Bettman's actually doing a good job. He was like a game show host. He goes, this is here. We're going to do this and that. And, like,
I know.
Bettman banged it off very well. And whatever. I'm watching games and stuff, and I'm flicking around. So I'm watching the draft, and I wasn't fully glued to every selection of who made the picks, but Meredith Goudreau made the pick for the Columbus Blue Jackets. So his wife, that's a nice touch right there. Dave Colche from that show, Full House. The Dave Colche of Full House made the pick for the Detroit Red Wings. And somebody says the Senators need to find Alanis Morissette ASAP. I don't know who did it for the Senators, but that's a pretty good tweet right there.
Did you say
Tom
Tom
I was
Green?
right. It was Tom Green. I was right. Tom Green for the Senators.
He's fine.
For people who are unaware, the song Alanis Morissette's big song, when she talks about having sex in a movie theater with somebody, it's this dude. Surprisingly enough, it's the Dave Colche guy, the guy that does all the voices from, I think it's Full House, the show was. I didn't really watch it,
the
but
guy
I'm pretty
wears
sure
the Red Wings jersey all the time. That guy.
Yeah. So he made the Red Wings pick tonight. Comedian Nikki Glaser, she's very in demand. Nikki Glaser. Like, she does the comedy roast type stuff, and she's very popular right now. She's not an A-lister, but she's right up there. I think she even hosted the effing Oscars or whatever the other day. So they got her. She's a St. Louis Blues fan. She's from St. Louis. So they got her to do the St. Louis Blues pick. Adam Sandler did the Boston Bruins pick. Who else do we have here? I'm scrolling through the celeb picks. All right, that's about that's all I see for now. Somebody in the chat can let me know if I'm missing. If I'm missing somebody. We got Tony Finn in the house right now. What's going on, Tony?
So it's summer. Nice summer days here, 105, 110. You can see my suntan. We're eating healthy, drinking healthy, Fig Newtons and Coca-Cola, stuff like that.
Yeah, you do look like you got a lot of sun. Like you look like a prune. What's going on, Tony? He's got a lot of sun. Days out by the pool.
You hit it, man. I redid the pool. It's that time of year, I redo the pool and put a new paint job on it. Then I put a nice little message, at the bottom of the pool in invisible ink. This year, it had something to do with Gabe and SportsRage. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly what the message was, but it was good. It was complimentary. So there you go.
I don't know what that means. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
I don't know what it means, but I sure liked it.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what that means.
That's the best. Hey, Tony,
pool, SportsRage. What the hell are you talking about? I don't know. Like,
it's a good day. I'm telling you, it's a good day.
This guy's the
I
best.
woke up. It's a good day.
Hey, no, Tony's name should be Ron.
I think all that sun's fried your brain.
Yeah, exactly. I love you, Tony.
Listen. I get this, unlike Gabe, unlike Cam, who looks a little red, like he might have got some sun too.
Dude,
right?
I got sunstroke. I can cook bacon on my
Oh,
forehead.
I look
right
pretty
now.
pale today next to you two.
Yeah,
Hey, look at Cam, actually. Look at Cam. Like,
oh, Gabe, my head is radiant. Like, I literally, if you put an egg on, like, we can get different color on it. It's hot. I got sunstroke. I didn't wear any sunscreen.
I just turned brown.
I'm an idiot.
I go brown. When I'm in the sun, I'm brown.
I actually have lights that work in my studio, though, so that's why I look so white. My lights are sort of white, but I'm not as tanned as you guys at all. It's not sunny here. There's supposedly a heat wave coming, like, in the next few days, but I'll believe it when I see it. It's actually like raining and stuff earlier, so it's one of those type of days. I'm not as white as I look right now, but I got to be honest. Like, when I saw Tony log in, I'm like, who the hell is this guy logging in right now? Like, it's not Tony Finn. Like, you're
he's really dark. He's got a nice tan.
Yeah. Like, I thought Fernando. I didn't know we had Fernando Tatis on the show tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, the Colombian drug lord.
You're dark. Tony Finn's darker than Sammy Sosa is.
He is.
And it's fairly dangerous. It's fairly dangerous. It's dangerous in America. It is dangerous.
Darker than Sammy Sosa.
Seriously, I looked up for a second. I looked up. I was like, I don't know, who's coming on? Like, am I confused about something?
Really?
What are you wearing there, Tony? Is that a San Diego jersey? What do you got on there?
No, Jose Reyes, Mets jersey.
Oh, wow.
Oh, the Mets, huh? What are you, a Met fan now?
I've always, you guys know. I've been
like Dave Sherapan? You wear a different jersey every day now? Like you're,
ever since Charlie Finley moved the team in the middle of the night in 1967, 68.
So you went to the Miracle Mets, yeah.
Well, I became a Mets fan because we were without baseball for a year in Kansas City, without the A's, Kansas City A's, Philadelphia Kansas City A's. Then, of course, we had the expansion team. Kansas City was livid that happened, so the Major League Baseball gave us a franchise team like next year. 69 was the franchise year. Lou Piniella. Yeah.
Like it sucks for Oakland, and I feel bad for them, right? But whatever. Yeah. Like, the owner, it was a lot like Montreal. Like, they had excuses not to go, but you didn't go. Like, so it goes both ways. Right. Yeah. But as you stated, they weren't the Oakland A's before. Like, they were Kansas City. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Philadelphia.
They've been around before. Yeah, like exactly, like in the 40s and 30s, whatever. Like, Dave Parker brought it up the other day because Dave Parker, not Dave Parker, Dave Stewart, my bad, excuse me. Dave Stewart, the great pitcher, Dave Stewart, one of the A's legends type of deal. And he was at the Vegas opening the other day. And they were sort of like, isn't this awkward? You're an Oakland Athletic, but you're here with Vegas. And he had a good answer. He goes, I feel bad for Oakland, but he goes, the fact is they were Kansas City before they were Oakland, right? And he goes, the athletic brand has had a bunch of cities, like Tony said. They were Philadelphia before, right?
Yes.
I just think it's lame that they don't call Sacramento. Like, how the hell do you expect people in a city to, want to go to your games if you won't even use their city's name when you're there?
Excellent.
I use it. When I write, I put
So do I.
Sacramento Athletics.
But they don't care about you and me.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Sacramento, I know.
Probably a good thing, Gabe. It's probably a good thing they don't care about it. I don't want to be cared about in that way. So,
are you happy? Listen, it's going to be cool. I was thinking of Sherapan. Happy for Dave Sherapan. Nobody loves baseball like that guy. You know what I mean? He's gonna have there's baseball in Vegas now. I'll go see the Dodgers there. You know what I'm saying? When they play. People, they're not overly excited about it now, but it'll work because you'll get visiting fans at least. Some visiting fans, at least the West Coast fans will go.
I was writing an article today about revisiting what I always do this time of year: July 1st division leaders, August 1st division leaders in baseball, and what that means to be in that position at this time of year. What are the percentages of winning your division, et cetera, et cetera? And from July 1st, 66%. August 1st, 75%. Take a look at a team I never thought could win a division this year. I didn't think they'd win again. Houston, minus 450 to win that division already. Minus 450? Crazy. It's crazy. Look at the prices.
Wow.
We should talk about that.
Yeah, we will on the other side. And you know what? There's some competitive ones, like the East, NL East, Phillies, 145, Mets plus 115. Brewers on the Brew Crew line, plus 550.
What do you make of this price tag here, reportedly, of $1.7 billion for a club that right now technically doesn't even have a home ballpark?
We don't see a lot of teams sold in Major League Baseball. I mean, if you go back to 2020, Steve Cohen bought the New York Mets for $2.4 billion. The only team sold since then was the Orioles last year, also for around $1.7 billion.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go with Cam Young at 30-1. I think it's a really nice course for him at the Rocket Mortgage in Detroit, Michigan for him. Wyndham Clark at 36-1. And I also like Alex Noren at 60-1.
My Morency drunken Brit dart toss golf pick, which does win like 2-3 times a year, guys. Insanely enough. But I'm going to say Matt Fitzpatrick.
Sports Rage tonight. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
I do believe that SJ now is the #1 player in the world. The things that he can do from the point of attack, offensively and defensively, his ability to drive downhill and score at all three levels. And the thing I like most about this young man at 26, he's so humble. He's so humble. And that speaks to the whole culture of OKC that Sam Presti and Mark Daigneault has built. Humble team, folks.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency, the pits, the players, the hustlers, the people who bust them. Everybody else in between. Quickest 120 minutes of sports talk and television. Remember I said I think there'll be more runs in this Angels game, and there has been. It's 9-9 right now, so they're up to 18. Bottom of the 6. In-game total 22.5. 11-0 Phillies still. 7-6 Mariners in the bottom of the 12th. Bases loaded for the Rangers with 2 out, so they're down in the final at bat. Marlins up 6-4 on the D-backs right now. So high scoring. I don't know if it's the weather, the heat, or the bad pitching. And even as me and Cam talked about, holy crap. Yeah, what I said about runs. What did I just say a minute ago? Damn, I didn't get it in. Guys, it was 12-11, and it was 23.5, and it was plus money. And I said, you know what? There'll probably be more runs in this Tacoma game. Dude, they just scored like 5 runs, 6 runs. They scored 6 runs in the ninth. It's 17-12 right now over Round Rock. Like, man, it's high scoring in that league, the Pacific Coast League. Tony knows. And Las Vegas Aviators, Tony, they're winning 7-6 against the Isotopes. Go Topes. Right now, bottom of the 6, 7-6. I'm getting in on this. We're in the 6th inning right now. We're only at 13 runs. I say there'll be more runs in this game. I'm going over the 18.5. You ever go to Aviator games, Tony?
When they were down,
yes, I do.
Too.
Absolutely. Listen, I love that stadium they have there. It doesn't hold, holds a minimum through 2,000-3,000, but the stadium's nice, easy to get to, not difficult to park at, and it's the aesthetics are comfortable and pleasing. And baseball, if you like runs in the Pacific Coast League, not so much here in the Valley, but around the rest of the where the venues are mostly at 3,000-4,000 feet above sea level, the ball flies. You're right. Runs are scored. Pitchers' ERAs that come out of the PCL are not. It's something you cannot pay attention to if you're trying to assess or project the prospects.
Yeah, it's like college baseball. The PCL 5 is a good ERA type thing. It's like college baseball.
Exactly right. That's exactly right.
It's true. 6. So you know what? It's I got in on this, guys. 18.5, and right after I did, there's another hit here. So there's first and second with nobody out right now in the bottom of the 6th inning. Aviators and Isotopes. 13 runs. I bet over 18.5. Bottom of the 6th right now. All right. Tomorrow, Tony, I know you're always looking ahead. Tony likes to bet Major League Baseball. So tomorrow, Schmidt is on the hill. He's been straight fire for the Yankees against the Athletics. Minus 250, big favorites tomorrow. Total 9. Yankees on the run line, minus 1.5, minus 120 in that baseball game. Los Angeles Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani on the hill here tomorrow against Seth Lugo. Ohtani's just a machine. He hit his 29th home run tonight. So Ohtani and the Dodgers, you could argue, are short price here, Tony, at minus 165 right now. I got to believe this is going to be higher by 4 o'clock Eastern tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree 100%. In fact, it's one of those games where I think you can play some alternate run lines and you can spread it out. You want to lay that number? Fine. I think that's a steal at that price, 160. But it's against the Royals teams that just can't score. They've pitched pretty well. The bullpen's been good. The starters, Lugo and Waka, and that group have been really good. But this team cannot bunch hits. No team is better at scoring 1 run on 9 hits than the Royals. And you've seen that since there were 6 or 7 games above 500 and playing like they were going to be contenders in that AL Central, and they are not going to be. In fact, I think Detroit right now is like minus 3,000 on not even July 1st. I think they're minus 3,000 to win that division. And what do they have? A 6-game lead? I don't know what's their lead in that division. But it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean,
Yeah, right now. Well, they're still playing as well, right? 7 as we speak. Looking at this, so how about the American? Let's start off with the American League East here, guys. The Yankees, as of right now, they hold a 1.5 lead on the Rays. The Rays aren't going away. The Blue Jays as well. Like, this is pretty impressive for the Jays. The Jays are going to be up and down, but it's been more up than down, Cam, with the Jays. They're 7 games over 500 now, 44-37. They got a big series with the Yankees coming up, Canada Day weekend, all that. So that's around the corner. What do you think to you, Tony? Are the Yankees a slam dunk to win this division? Or do you think we have a live dog with the Rays or the Blue Jays to win this division?
The Rays are always going to be there, right? The Rays, you just said it, Gabe. The Rays aren't going away. They're not going away. I don't think – listen, I think the Yankees are – how many shows have the three of us done when I said this Dodgers team is the worst situational team in baseball? This Yankees team is the worst situational team, technically and sound.
No, but that was years ago with the Dodgers. They're much better now. But, the Yankees are terrible situational. They can't get anyone over. They're terrible runners in scoring position.
They're horrible. But And as long as Judge is healthy, they're going to win this division. Do you not agree with me?
The problem is, too, the Rays are plus 400, guys, and they're a game and a half back. But don't forget, the Rays play 47 of their first 59 games at home this year. After the All-Star break, they're essentially on the road, like, all the time. Right? They got a couple of home games series is left this year. They're going to be on the road, like, for, 3 months, this team. That could catch up to them.
Think about the Jays, Gabe. It's one of those things I just wish they had that killer instinct, because you watch them play. Like when they go into teams they hate, like Boston, they kick their ass tonight. Like 9-0. Like these guys just smoke these guys. Alejandro Kirk is having an all-star year that people should be talking about a hell of a lot more. The guy's a machine. He's an awesome catcher. He's doing everything well. Now, Scherzer started his last game. I get it. Average start, but he didn't get hurt. He gave up 3 runs in his start. Can he still healthy and give him a gobble up a couple of innings? Barrios is okay. Like, you know what I mean? Bassett, like, I look at the Jays and go, the hitting, yes. The pitching's getting a little bit better. But the thing now is there's a couple of guys in the bullpen. This little kid that they brought up has major skills. He throws a lot of pitches. Like, I think they're a very dangerous team, Gabe. It's just, but we know the MO with this team. Can they string it together? Can they find a way to step on somebody's throat and win the games? Like, they lose a lot of extra inning games and stuff like that. They got to find ways to win.
The Blue Jays right now are holding on to a wild card spot. And in fact, they got a 2-game lead right now in the wild card situation. The Rays are on top of the wild card. The Blue Jays are right there. Then you got the Mariners hanging on to the last wild card spot. So Toronto, we thought Toronto could be a playoff team this year. Can they get into the division mix is another story.
What do you make of this price tag here, reportedly, of $1.7 billion for a club that right now technically doesn't even have a home ballpark?
We don't see a lot of teams sold in Major League Baseball. I mean, if you go back to 2020, Steve Cohen bought the New York Mets for $2.4 billion. The only team sold since then was the Orioles last year, also for around $1.7 billion.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go with Cam Young at 30-1. I think it's a really nice course for him at the Rocket Mortgage in Detroit, Michigan for him. Wyndham Clark at 36-1. And I also like Alex Noren at 60-1.
My Morency drunken Brit dart toss golf pick, which does win like 2-3 times a year, guys. Insanely enough. But I'm going to say Matt Fitzpatrick.
Sports Rage tonight. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
I do believe that SJ now is the #1 player in the world. The things that he can do from the point of attack, offensively and defensively, his ability to drive downhill and score in all 3 levels. And the thing I like most about this young man at 26, he's so humble. He's so humble. And that speaks to the whole culture of OKC that Sam Presti and Mark Daigneault has built. Humble team, folks.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
I am Gabriel Morency. This is SportsRage. We're to the home stretch here right now, and I should note I am frustrated after tonight's CFL football game. Brutal performance from McLeod Bethel Thompson tonight. And, from an experienced quarterback, we were expecting a lot more. I guess the Alouettes were due for one of these games, too. All right? So, Tony Finn in the house with us. And we got Cam Stewart. So, Tony, you like the Dodgers tomorrow. Cam, what are you going to do with the football game tomorrow?
It's a tough question, Gabe. But what are we going to do with that football game tomorrow? I don't like the number, but I like BC. I wish I snapped it up at 5. It's 2. I kind of like Finn's attitude about this game as an under game. I think maybe we do see some defense, but we know what happens with Rider games. They get a little bit wonky in the second half. But I'm going to take your Lions, Gabe, and I wish we got a better number, but I'll take the 2.
All right, we got a live mic in the studio here. If you want to shut that off, it would help us a lot here. Moving forward, if we can get that done, please. Tony, besides the Dodgers tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, besides the Dodgers tomorrow, listen, I really like that game, but you mentioned already, I've been backing Schmidt on the mound of the Yankees, but that number at home minus 250 is something that I'm not going to go so far outside the box that I'm playing alternate numbers minus 2.5 on home teams.
About 1.5.
Like 1.5 is fine. 1.5 is fine at home, especially under the circumstances. Sears, who we know who Sears is. We've been watching JP Sears throw for half a decade. He's going to throw 6 innings, give up 3 or 4 runs, maybe 6 at Yankee Stadium, and he'll lose. And I say that. Even though he's got 5-6 or 5-7, 6-7 record. Much like I said that you create your own luck in life, you create your own luck on a baseball field. And I played the Mets pretty heavy today against a 1-10 pitcher, right? And I get bombed and beat up, right? But outside that, I like Mize and the Tigers tomorrow as well. Those are really the 3 games I focused on.
Yeah, they're rolling, and I like where you're getting deep with us, Tony. Like in life, we create our own luck. Like Tony Finn's deep moments on the Friday Night Freak Show here. All right, so tomorrow, before we get out of here, we got the FIFA Club World Cup resumes tomorrow. Good stuff, baby. We're back, and it's the knockout stage, so these games count for real now. Palmeiras versus Botafogo, battle of Brazilian sides. Odds makers like Palmeiras a lot here. They're plus 130. Botafogo are plus 270. The draw is plus 290. Benfica and Chelsea, 4 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. Big-time matchup of heavyweights from Europe. Benfica are plus 260. And I don't want to get carried away with Benfica into a trap because Benfica are weird. Like, they could be really good or they could be really frustrating. So, but we saw them the other day, and it was pretty freaking impressive what they did. So, it's hard to dismiss them. And Chelsea seem to always just be in close games, right? It's hard to want to lay plus 110. I think Benfica are alive here at plus 260. Sunday at noon Eastern, PSG against Inter Miami. Inter Miami are 11-1 on the money line. If you're looking for that massive upset, I don't think it's going to happen. I think there's going to be goals in this game, though. So I think this game is going to go over the number. And then we got Flamengo and Bayern Munich. I think Bayern Munich is going to roll them. They're minus 154. That's on Sunday. And then Monday afternoon and evening, we're going to be on Monday night, actually, guys, during the Man City game. That'll be cool. Inter Milan play Fluminense at 3 o'clock Eastern on Monday. And then Tuesday, Real Madrid, Juventus, and Dortmund and Monterrey will be on the air for that game as well. So follow me on Twitter. We've been going crazy because there's so many different sports stories. The Raptors let Masai Ujiri go today, which felt weird coming right after the draft, and it was going to be painful. People loved him, right? So it was going to be painful no matter what, but the Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment, they're firing everybody. Like, Shanahan's gone, the TFC president's gone, now the Raptor president's gone. Keith Pelly is sending a message that he's running the operation there now. But from a basketball standpoint, Masai Ujiri really wasn't doing much anymore anyways. And Bobby Webster's the real GM of the Raptors, and he just got a contract extension. So Raptors' future is looking bright, I think, actually, despite being a sad day today. And NHL, we'll see if Sidney Crosby's actually going to get traded. I don't think he will, but a lot of people are talking about it right now. I say he doesn't get dealt. So we'll be back with the Monday Night Meltdown. Keep it locked in here on the grid all weekend long. Other than that, you're on your own later.